Okay. Hey, what's up, guys? Okay, I'm gonna do that intro again. I'm gonna have to shave this segment off of the actual VOD. Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Eddie, and I am back. Not back. I am here with a new episode of a new visual novel titled Katawa Shoujo. Now, I'm sure a lot of you have heard of Katawa Shoujo before. It's pretty famous. I've been meaning to play this for a long time now. I will be completely honest with you here. Katawa Shoujo, I first discovered this through the Doki Doki Literature Club community, and as you know, I'm a massive DDLC fan. But yeah, this Katawa Shoujo is... The two communities are pretty close, and I've been meaning to play this for years now. Way back, it went in the... Oh my god, it's like, what, 2018, 2019? That's around the time I discovered it. But yeah, I should probably get started as of now. You all know what this game is, don't you? If not, what? Come on. What are you even doing here? A light breeze causes the naked branches overhead to rattle like wooden wind chimes. This is a popular trait for comers in the summer. The deciduous trees provide a beautiful green canopy far out of sight of teachers and fellow students. But now in the late winter, it feels like I'm standing under a pile of kindling. I breathe into my cup cans and rub them together furiously to prevent them from numbing in this cold. Just how long am I expected to wait out here anyways? I'm sure this note said 4 p.m. Ah yes, the note. Slipped in between the pages of my math book while I wasn't looking. As far as cliches go, I'm more of a fan of the letter in the locker, but at least this way shows a bit of initiative. Ahem. Sorry. As I pondered the meaning of the note, the snowfall gradually thickens. The snowflakes silently falling from the white painted sky are the only sign of time passing in this stagnant world. Their slow descent upon the frozen forest makes it seem like time has slowed to a crawl. The rustling of dry snow underfoot startles me, interrupting the quiet mood. Someone is approaching me from behind. Hisano, you came. A hesitating, barely audible question. However, I recognize the owner of that dainty voice instantly. I feel my heart skip a beat. It's a voice I've listened to hundreds of times, but never as more as an eavesdropper to a conversation. I turn to the face of this voice, the voice of my dreams, and my heart begins to race. Whoa! Iwanako, I got a note telling me to wait here. It was yours. Damn it. Spent all afternoon trying to come up with a good line, and that was the result. Pathetic. Yes, I wanted to ask a friend to give you that note. I'm so glad you got it. A shy, joyous smile that makes me so tense I couldn't move a single muscle, even if I tried. My heart is pounding as it's trying to burst out from my chest and claim this girl for itself. So, here we are, out in the cold. Once again, the wind stirs up the branches. The cacophonous noise is music to my ears. Iwanako flinches ever so softly against the gust of wind. As it passes, she rights herself, as if supported by some new confidence. By the way, can I save? Oh, okay, there we go. As it passes, she rights herself, as if supported by some new confidence. Her eyes lock with mine, and she lazily twirls around her long, dark hair around her finger. All the while, the anxious beating of my heart grows louder. My throat is tight. I doubt I could even force a word out if I tried. You see, I wanted to know... Uh-oh. If you'd go out with me. I stand there motionless, save for my pounding heart. I want to say something in reply, but my vocal cords feel like they've been stretched beyond the breaking point. Hisano? Reach up to try to massage my throat, This only sends spikes of blinding pain along my arms. Hisano! My whole body freezes, save for my eyes which shoot open in terror. Wait, what? Hisano! Hisao! Not Hisano. The beating in my chest suddenly stopped, and I go weak at the knees. The world around me, the cacophony of bare branches, the dull winter sky, Iwanaka running towards me, all these fade to black. The last thing I remember before slipping away are the sound of Iwanaka screaming for help and the incessant clatter of the branches above. Well... Forley Studio presents Katawa Shoujo. Whoa! We got anime scenes! Writing, man. Wait, shit. I forgot what the editing rod knock. I'm a fast reader, but I can't talk that. Music, Blue 123, Nico Armalfi. Art, Debbie Terrar. Shit, I was too busy looking at art. Moki Rami Raid. Additional art, Climax of Doomfest, Yuji Ovi. FMV animation, Mike in. Screw you, I'm not reading all that. I mean, I am, but I'm not saying all of it. You guys can read. Engineering, Delta. Whoa, we got actual anime scenes? What? That's crazy. That's actually crazy. It's been 4 months since my heart attack. In the whole time, I could probably count the times I've left this hospital room unsupervised on one hand. 4 months is a pretty long time when you're left alone with your thoughts, so I've had plenty of time to come to terms with my situation. Arrhythmia. A strange word. A foreign alien one. One you don't want to be in the same room with. A rare condition. It causes the heart to act erratically and occasionally beat way too fast. It can be fatal. Apparently, I've had it for a long time. They said it was a miracle I was able to go on so long without anything happening. Is that really a miracle? I guess it was supposed to make me feel better, more appreciative of my life. It really didn't do anything to cheer me up. My parents, I think, were hit harder by the news than I was. They practically had 2 hemorrhages apiece. I had already a full day by then to digest everything. To them, it was all fresh. They were even willing to sell our house in order to pay for a cure. Of course, there isn't a cure. Because of the late discovery of this condition, I've had to stay at the hospital to recuperate from the treatments. When I was first admitted, I felt as if I was missed. For about a week, oh god, that is so real. My room in the ward was full of flowers, balloons, and cards. But the visitors soon dwindled, and all the get-well gifts began trickling down to nothing shortly after. What? Whoa! Okay, oh, okay, oh, oof, okay, ouch. I realized that the only reason I'd gotten so many cards and flowers was because sending me their sympathy had been turned into a class project. Maybe some people were genuinely concerned, but I doubt it. Even in the beginning, I barely had visitors. By the first months, only my parents came by on a regular basis. Iwanaka was the last to stop visiting. Aww. After 6 weeks, I never saw her again. We never had that much to talk about when she visited anyway. We didn't touch the subject that was between us on that snowy day ever again. Okay, as you all know, right? You know the 6 girls. 6? How many were there? Iwanoko, I don't think Iwanoko's one of them, but I think it's kind of a shame she's not, like, one of the possible routes, you know? The hospital? It's not really a place I'd like to live in. The doctors and nurses feel so impersonal and patient and faceless. I guess it's because they are in a hurry and have a million other patients waiting for them, but it makes me feel uncomfortable. For the first month or so, I asked the head cardiologist every time I saw him for a rough estimate of when I'd be able to leave. He never answered anything in a straightforward way, but told me to wait and see if the treatment and surgeries worked. Ah yes, that's classic hospital. So I idly observed the scar that those surgeries had left on my chest slowly change its appearance over time, thinking of it as some kind of an omen. I still ask the head cardiologist about leaving, but my expectations are low enough that I'm not disappointed anymore when I don't get a reply. The way he shuffles around the answer shows that there is at least some hope. At some point, I stopped watching TV. I don't know why, I just did. Maybe it was the wrong kind of escapism for my situation. I started reading instead. There's a small library at the hospital, though it was more like a storeroom for books. I began working my way through it, one stack at a time. After consuming them, I would go back for more. I found that I liked reading, and I think I became a bit addicted. I started feeling naked without a book in my hands. But I love these stories. That's what my life was like. The days became increasingly hard to distinguish from each other, differing only by the book I was reading and the weather outside. It felt like time blurred into some kind of gooey mass I was trapped inside instead of moving within. A week could go by without me really noticing it. Is it weird that I strangely relate to that feeling? Like, maybe not the heart attack stuff, but like... Sometimes I even pause in realization that I didn't know what day of the week it was. But other times, all the things that surrounded me would painfully crash into my consciousness through the barrier of nonchalance I had set up for myself. Oh. Oh, shit. Okay. The pages of my book would start to feel hot, sharp and burning hot, and the heaviness in my chest would become so hard to bear that I had to put the book aside and just lay down for a while, look at the ceiling as if I was going to cry. But that happened only rarely. I couldn't even cry. Today, the doctor comes in and gives me a smile. He seems excited, but not very. It's like he's trying to make an effort to be happy on my behalf. My parents are here. It's been a few days since I've last seen them. Both of them are even sort of dressed up. Is this supposed to be some kind of special occasion? It's not even a party. Hold, let me just turn down the volume a little bit. Is that better? Okay, that's not... It's just a bit loud on my end. There we go. Both of them are even sort of dressed up. Is this supposed to be some kind of special occasion? It's not even a party. It's not a party. This is a ritual the head cardiologist has. He takes his time sorting his papers, then setting them aside as if to make a point of the pointlessness of what he just did. Then he casually sits down on the edge of the bed next to mine. He looks me in the eyes for a moment. Hello, Hisao. How are you today? I don't answer him, but I smile a little back at him. I believe that you could go home. Your heart is stronger now, and with some precautions, you should be fine. With all your medication sorted out, I'll give your father the prescription. The doctor hands a sheet of paper to my dad, whose expression turns wooden as he reads it. So many. I take it from his hands and take a look myself. Feeling numb. How am I supposed to react to this? The absurdly... Hold on, let me... Long list of medications staring back from the paper seems insurmountable. They all blend together in a sea of letters. Holy shit. This is insane. Side effects, adverse effects, contradictions, and dosages are listed line after line with cold precision. I try to read them, but it's so futile. I can't understand it. Attempting to only makes me feel sicker. All this for the rest of my life, every day. I'm afraid this is the best we could do at this point. However, new medications are always being developed, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that list fade over the years. Years? What kind of confidence booster is that? I'd have felt better if you hadn't said anything at all. Also, I've spoken to your parents, and we believe it would be best if you don't return to your old school. What? Please calm down, Hisao. Listen to what the doctor has to say. Calm down. The way he says it tells me he knows full well that I won't like it. Am I going to be homeschooled? Whatever of my concern shows, it's ignored. You'll understand that your education is paramount. However, I don't think it's wise for you to be without supervision. At least not until we're sure that your medication is suitable. So I've spoken to your parents about a transfer. It's a school called Yamaku Academy that specializes with dealing with disabled students. Disabled? What am I? It's a 24-hour nursing staff, and it's only a few minutes from a highly regarded general hospital. The majority of the students live on campus. I love how, like, it's kind of like it feels like the reverse of Doki Doki almost. It's like, because I know Katawa Shoujo is like a very wholesome and sweet game. Oh, it really is like the reverse of Doki Doki. That's so insane. I love this. The majority of students live on campus. Think of it as a boarding school of sorts. It's designed to give students a degree of independence while keeping help nearby. Independence? It's a school for disabled kids. Don't try to disguise that fact. That's rude. If it really was that free, there wouldn't be a 24-hour nursing staff, and you wouldn't make a hospital being nearby a selling point. Of course, that's only if you want to go, but your mother and I aren't really able to homeschool you. We went out and had a look a couple weeks back. I think you'd like it. Looks like I really don't have a choice. Compared to the other heart problems, people in your condition usually tend to live long lives. You'll need a job one day. This is a good opportunity to continue your education. This is an opportunity. Don't call it an opportunity. Don't call it a goddamned opportunity. Well, you should be excited at the chance to go back to school. I remember you wanted to return to school. While it's not the same one, a special school, that's an insult. That's what I want to say. It's a step down. It's not what you think. All the students are pretty active in their own sort of way. It's geared towards students that can still get around and learn, but just need a little help in one way or another. Your father's right, and many of the graduates have gone on to do amazing things. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. One of the colleagues in another hospital is a graduate. I don't care. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. That's what a disability is. I really hate that something so important was decided for me. I mean, that's a disability for you, man. But what can I do about it? And normal life is out of the question now. It's funny. I had always thought that my life was kind of boring, but now I miss it. That's how it always is. I've never experienced it, so I can't tell you. Oh, by the way, those are petals outside, not snow. But I've just based on what I've observed, that's how it usually tends to go. I want to protest. I want to blame this lack of reaction on shock or fatigue. I could easily yell out something now about how I can go back to school anyway, but no. I don't say anything. The fact is that I know now it's futile. I look around the room feeling very tired of all this. The hospital, doctors, my condition, everything. I don't see anything that will make me feel any different. There really isn't a choice. I know this, but the thought of going to a disabled school, what are those even like? As much as I try to put a positive spin on this, it's very difficult. But let me try. A clean slate isn't a bad thing. That's all I can think of to get me through this. At least I still have something, even if it's at a special school or something. It's a fresh start, and my life isn't over. It would be a mistake to resign myself to thinking that. At the very least, I try to see what my new life will look like. Yo! Hey! Act 1, life expectancy. Hey, there's our protagonist, Hisao. Bundle of Hisao, finish the prologue. Ooh, music. I like that. The gate looks far too pompous for what it was. In fact, gates in general seem to do that, but this one especially so. I like that. Yo! I like that gate. That looks pretty. Red bricks, black wrought iron, and gray plaster assembled into a whole that didn't feel welcoming at all. I wondered if it looked like what a gate for a school should look like, but I couldn't really decide. Probably no. What do you mean? This is like a... Are your parents rich or something? This is like what... I mean, just looking at the background, it looks like some, some school for, ultra wealthy, British... Not the British upper class, literal actual aristocracy. That's what it looks like. Of course, I didn't want to get stuck on thinking about the gate for too long, so I entered through it with a brisk pace that felt surprisingly good. Moving forward feels good. Yo, that's like... Yo, that's like a straight up... That looks like a university. I mean, I know it's not, but... So as we walk towards the main building of Yamaku Academy with this brisk pace, I'm alone as my parents are taking my stuff to the dorms, and there's supposed to be someone waiting for me. The grounds are incredibly lush, filled with green. Doesn't feel like the kind of grounds a school would have, more like a park with a clean walkway going past trees and the smell of freshly cut grass and all other park-like things. Words like clean and hygienic pop into my mind. It makes me shudder. Shake them off. Stay open-minded. It's your new life. If you take it as it comes. That's what I tell myself. A few big buildings loom past the leafy canopies, too big and too many for just a school. Everything seems off. It's different from what I knew about schools. It's an uncanny valley. Even though I was told this is my new school, in the back of my head, it doesn't feel like one. I wonder if the feeling is real or caused by my expectations of a school for the disabled. Speaking of that, I don't see anyone else here. It's kind of eerie. Makes me wish there's someone here so I could anchor myself to something tangible instead of having this feeling that I stepped into another dimension. The trees hum with the wind and the green hues flashing around me catch my attention. It makes me think about hospitals again. How they say that operating rooms are painted green because green is a common color. Really? So why am I feeling anxious despite all the greenery? That only goes so far, man. Dot dot dot. Only after I stood in front of the haughty main building, I surprised myself by realizing why the gate bothered me. It was the last chance I had to turn back, even if I had no life I can return to. But still, after entering, there's no way I could go back anymore. Feeling nervous and with this realization set in my head, I opened the front door. A tall man with bad posture notices me as I enter. We're the only people in the lobby, so it's only logical. Tall man. Oh! You must be Niki? Nakai. So you are, excellent. I'm your homeroom teacher and science teacher. My name is Muto. Welcome. We exchange a handshake that is neither firm nor sloppy, and he looks at his watch. The head nurse asks for a brief check-in visit, but there is no time for that now. Oh, should I go later? Yes, afternoon is probably fine. We should probably get going and introduce you to the rest of the class. They're waiting already. Waiting for me? I don't like being the center of attention, but I guess it's inevitable for a situation like this. See, I like attention, but I'm gonna be real with you here. In this sort of situation, attention freaking sucks. Like, so awkward. It's like I like being around people, but man. Awkwardness. Somehow, not knowing what is waiting for me makes me feel really nervous. That's all people, I tell you. Thinking of this, I always miss what the teacher is saying. Do you want to introduce yourself to the class? Oh god, wait, we already have a choice. You want to introduce yourself to the class? Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, isn't that normal? Of course, not everyone likes to be at the center of attention. Probably one of the first people, but I guess I should be the one to give the first impression of myself. Right, but it's no problem. Let's go then. My heart is pounding in my chest and it keeps me thinking about my condition as I follow the teacher up the stairs. Oh, poor guy. The third door down the third floor corridor is marked as a classroom for 3-3. Muto opens the door and enters. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, it does look like an ultra posh school. Good morning. It looks like a university almost. Good morning, everyone. Sorry I'm late again. I hesitate for a split second at the door, freezing on the spot. Get a grip. I know that. But there isn't any point in worrying so much about it, at least not this soon. I follow the teacher into the classroom and look around, partially so I won't have to meet the curious gazes of my new classmates. Oh, dang. I don't recognize all these people, actually. I recognize you. No, I recognize a couple people. It's pretty spacious. The ceiling is unusually high, and there's a lot of space left over and in between the desks. An entire wall taken up by blackboards, and the high, old-fashioned windows only make it seem larger. Students' desks are just standard wooden desks, with a shelf underneath for books and wooden chairs with metal frames. Simple and efficient. Okay, typical school. I stop walking in front of the classroom and face the other students. They all look like normal, like students in any other school. But then, why would they be here? They're probably like me and have something wrong with them, only it's not immediately obvious. Wait, I know you. Then I notice one of the girls seemed to be missing the thumb of her right hand. It's a little jarring. Oh, dang. Wait, no, that's... Wait. Do I? Despite the natural tendency to listen when something's about you, I tune out the teacher's speech halfway through while he introduces me to the class. I notice a flash of dark hair and see that someone is looking at me. A girl with long, straight hair that is pretty eye-catching. Oh, it's her! As she looks at me staring, looking back at her, she covers her face with her hands as if it will make her invisible. There's one boy with a cane, leaning against the lockers at the rear of the class. It's weird seeing someone so young with a cane. Another girl seems to be making weird hand motions, sign language. She peers at me through the rim of her glasses and goes back to whatever she is doing. She's kind of cute. So the cheery looking girl with pink hair. So is a cheery looking girl with pink hair sitting next to her. She's got the Ojo-sama curls. She's really hard to miss. I don't know how I didn't notice her the moment I walked in. Please welcome our newest classmate. He clasps his hand and so does everyone else except for one girl in the first row who only has one hand. I cringe a little but hide it by bowing and thanks for this applause I did not deserve. Oh. Collective silence tells me that I should open my mouth now. So, I'm Hisao Nakai. And after that, my hobbies are reading and soccer. I hope to get along with everyone even though I'm a new student. And after that, I'm being so boring. It's like every self-introduction ever. I should say something more exciting. I end up saying nothing and the teacher picks up from there. Everyone seems to be satisfied with what little I said, though. A few girls are whispering to each other, throwing glances at me. It could have gone worse. ... I listen to the teacher as he drones on about getting along while letting my gaze sweep across the classroom. Everyone seems to be listening to him intently, and when he's done, they clap their hands again, which feels like a weird thing to do. The first row claps on this round with her one hand against the other wrist that ends in a bandaged stump. It makes me feel a little bad. Muto, we're going to be doing some group work today, so that'll give you the chance to talk with everyone. Is that okay with you? Yeah, it's fine with me. That'll be good. You can work with Hakamichi. She's a class representative. She can explain anything you might want to know. Who else would be able to do that better, right? How could I know? The teacher passes out the day's assignments and announces that we will be working in groups of 3. It hits me that I don't know who Hakamachi is. Slow. The teacher seems to catch my helpless expression. Oh right, Hakamachi is right there. Shizune Hakamachi. Oh. As he calls out her name, the cute, bubbly-looking girl with bright pink hair and golden eyes waves her hand at me. I take a seat next to her by the window. Protagonist spot. Hey, I guess you're Hakamachi, right? It's nice to meet you. Ha ha ha. What? I'm caught off guard by your laughter. Dang. It's nice to meet you too. But I'm not Hakamachi. I'm Misha. This is Hakamachi. Shi-chan. Oh. Giggling, Misha points to the girl next to her, the one I saw using sign language before. It looks like she has been staring at me the entire time. Oh. She nods once nonchalantly to show me that she acknowledges my presence, but only barely. She is short yet carefully, neatly brushed hair, a pair of oval-shaped glasses balanced at the tip of a dainty nose, and dark blue eyes that seem to alternate every few seconds between analytical and slightly bored. I like that description. That's funny. Analytical and slightly bored. It's nice to meet you. Shizune. She immediately looks at Misha, who smiles and makes a few gestures with her hands. Hakamachi nods and makes a few gestures of her own. I start to wonder if the teacher was messing with me, saying things like, you'll be able to talk to people, and who better to explain things to you. I can see you're a little confused, right? But I can understand why you thought I was Shi-chan. Shi-chan is deaf, so I'm the person who translates things back and forth for her. I'm like an interpreter. She says it's nice to meet you, too. You're the new student, aren't you? Well, Shi-chan, of course he is. If he wasn't, he wouldn't have been standing up there for no reason. Right? Right? Seems like a very interesting person, doesn't he? Wait, what? We knew that there was going to be a new student, but we didn't know you'd be here today. So soon. So soon. He-chan, right? He-chan? Yep, it fits, doesn't it? Did I say it out loud? It's just a surprise. I've never liked that nickname. I don't really see how. It fits. You look just like I imagined. Aww. Hahaha, you look just like a He-chan. I wonder why everyone seems to think so. Hakamachi taps her fingers on the desk to get Misha's attention. They gesture back and forth excitedly, their hands a blur. Misha seems a little overwhelmed. Sorry about that. Shi-chan wants you to know that she's a class rep, so if there's anything you need to know, you can feel free to ask her. You like the school so far? We could show you around a little if you haven't had the time to walk around and familiarize yourself with it. Misha stumbles with the hard word a bit, making it stick out in her otherwise fluid translation. Thanks, that would be pretty helpful. Yeah, I just kind of came straight to class today. Ha ha ha. That's no good. You should always try to learn as much as you can about where you're going before you go there. Not with school either. And you always, even if it's a trip to the convenience store, right, Shi-chan? Ha ha ha. Learn about where you're going. I guess I didn't bother to do that, or just didn't care enough to do so. I look forward to this even though I committed myself to going along with it half-assedly. But, anyway. I don't say anything, and Misha signs that something that ends in a shrug. What was that? It seemed like it was about me. I feel like slumping over in my seat. Both of them are smiling, but that shrug hit me unexpectedly deeply. You look down, are you okay? Don't take it the wrong way, please. I hate it when people are afraid to ask questions. That's how people learn things, by asking. Asking for help is perfectly normal, as much as needing help. Stop looking like you just failed the test. Wahaha. Alright. Oh, and another thing, you don't have to call Shi-chan something so formal like Hakamachi or class rep all the time. Just call her Shi-chan. Shizune. Okay, maybe that's too casual. Maybe Shizune would be more appropriate. Aww. Yep, Shizune's fine. Okay, that would be a lot easier for me. I feel more at ease. Both of them seem so friendly, so I feel like an idiot for being also apprehensive earlier, especially about Shizune, who I assumed would be all business. Well, she still seems like that, just less so, I guess. Oh right, we haven't even touched the assignment. We should start work now, or Shi-chan will get mad. The assignment is kind of long, so we should start now if we want to finish it before the end of class. Wahaha, that too. Shizune glares at the two of us impatiently. I don't need to know sign language to understand that. Okay, I get the message. After class, we could take a walk around the grounds together. It's a nice day today, okay? The assignment is actually very challenging to get through, combining both aspects of being both difficult and unnecessarily long. Oh god. Still, we finished it a few minutes earlier than anyone else in the class despite our late start. Shizune and Misha are really capable. They're quite different though. The class rep is as calm and professional as she looks, while Misha is a lot more playful and girlish. Not to mention, a little more easily distracted. To be honest, the two of them did most of the work. I feel guilty about that. The clock tower bell rings, signaling the end of the period. Time for lunch. Without knowing what else to do, I follow Misha, who's beckoning me into the hallways and down the stairs. We descend even below the lobby where I met Muto, down to the bottom floor. Just like everything in this school, the cafeteria seems too spacious and oddly modern in contrast to the classic exterior. Yeah, that's kind of the thing, like, the interior doesn't... It's big windows open to the courtyard towards the main gate. It's the cafeteria! The enthusiastic statement of the obvious makes people around us stare, but Misha doesn't seem to care, so we proceed to the line. There's a rather long list of menu options, which seems great until I realize that many of them are to accommodate students who need special diets. How nice, it almost feels like I'm back at the hospital, eating portions measured with scientific precision to meet the needs of the patients. I pick up something at random and follow Shizune to the table sitting opposite of her. As I nibble indifferently at the food I'd rather not eat, Misha pokes me in the side to get my attention and pokes to Shizune. I don't understand sign. The point escapes me. Maybe looking at a person who talks to you is proper and polite. Do you want to know something? What? About anything. We're your guide, so you should ask if there is something. I wonder. Oh, choices. Oh yeah, is there like a library at the school? Lately I've gotten into reading, so I'd like to check it out. Misha gives me the kind of frown that makes it clear she doesn't consider reading a healthy hobby, but then picks up her smile again. There it is, it's on the second floor. We can show it to you sometime. Thanks. I return to my food while the girls talk between themselves. Misha and Shizune sign back and forth very animatedly, throwing sideways glances at me, but Misha refrains from translating. Maybe they're talking about secret girl stuff or something. Probably. I quickly notice a conversation is not enough to fill a silence. A conversation in sign is not enough to fill a silence. Did I just, like, hit a flag there or something? I feel like I might have hit a romance flag. We arrive in the classroom early, but we're not the first. The dark-haired girl I noticed before is slumped over on her desk at the last row. She jumps a little when Misha crashes into the room with the elegance of a rhino. Oh, it's her! She shrinks deeper into her seat. I can feel her tension all the way from here, as if she were slowly turning into stone just from our presence. Misha and Shizune don't notice or don't mind it, as they walk directly past her to their seats and begin to converse. I'm left wondering about her, even when the classroom slowly fills with the other students and finally the teacher. Getting into the rhythm of the school feels strange. It's as if my brain remembers how this is done, but my body doesn't. Towards the end of class, I start yawning and counting the minutes left. I should be this tired on my first day of school. Maybe it's a long time spent in the hospital that made me like this. I'm even feeling physically weak and lifeless. Before long, the final bell rings. School is finally over for the day. Beside me, Misha and Shizune are having a short conversation. After a bit of deliberation, Misha turns to me. Unfortunately, we can't stay and show you around today, Hee-chan. We've got to hurry already, since there's a lot of work for us to do. You'll find your way around here, I'm sure of it. Oh wait, the teacher said I'd have to see the nurse. Where do I have to go? Is that so? We could at least show you that much. Come on, the nurses have their own building, so I have to go outside. We join the flow of the students making their way down the stairwell and outside, with the girls pointing out the senior classrooms in the same hallway as ours. We get outside, the girls make their way to the smaller building right next to the school. It's built in the same style, so it actually looks like a part of the main building. Oh. This is the auxiliary building right here. There's a lot of official and important stuff inside, like the Yamaku Foundation office and all the nurses' offices. They even have a swimming pool. How's that official? Don't be silly, Hee-chan. It's for physical therapy, of course. Anyway, all the nursing staff facilities are in there too. The head nurse's office is on the first floor. You'll be fine from here, right? We'll be going then. See you tomorrow. Yeah, thanks. Bye. Whole building for stuff that has nothing to do with actual education. I guess it's necessary for a place like this. Dang. It really does look like a university. I walk in hoping that this will really only be a quick visit like the teacher said. On a white door on the left is a green cross with the text, Head Nurse, and a nameplate. A voice from inside responds to my knock almost immediately, but I can't quite make it out. It sounded a bit like an invitation to open the door, so I invite myself further in. The room is not large, and it smells strange. A friendly-looking man turns around in his office chair to face me as I enter. His desk is neat and tidy, but the bin underneath the table is overflowing with used medical utensils, and there are at least a dozen coffee cup rings lingering on the desk. Hello there, what can I do for you today? He's a young-looking and sort of rugged, but the dimples in his cheek wash that impression away once he smiles. Are you the nurse? He smells like the person who has heard this very same question hundreds of times. I like this guy. Why, yes I am, it says on the door, no? You can call me by my name, or just the nurse, like everyone else. Of course, I shake off my confusion, realizing that I should probably grab his extended hand. I like this guy. His handshake is rather firm and friendly. Hey, I'm a new student, and my homeroom teacher told me to come and meet you. My name is Hisao Nakai. His eyes light up with a revelation, and he snaps his fingers. Oh, you're that Nakai. I was just reading your file. Morning. Some kind of chronic arrhythmia and related congenital heart disease, heart muscle deficiency, right? He gestures me to sit down in a vacant armchair in front of his desk. Yes. Good, well, you're probably going to be briefed about school enough, so I'll just go over this quickly. We have all kinds of facilities available, mostly physical therapy and such. There's always someone from my staff around, even at night, so never hesitate to call us if there's a problem. The famous 24-hour nursing staff. Wow, this is like a hospital. Well, not exactly. For instance, we don't do brain surgery here. His jokes feel so out of place that I'm left thinking why he even said it. Yeah, why not? I like this guy. Yeah, it's just weird to have so many medical people at a school. You'll get used to it. Not so sure of that myself, but I don't let the nurse know it. Now, let me just find your file again. He searches for something from his computer and shuffles stacks of papers around. I'll let my gaze wander around the room. It's the epitome of generic, I'd like to say. Beige walls and ceiling, dark gray laminate flooring, and all the equipment you'd expect from a school nurse's office. Even the ridiculous education posters are hanging on all 4 walls, reminding me to eat properly 3 times a day and from all the food groups. Sorry, I'm just having a drink. Smiling, the nurse draws a thick file from the stack of similarly thick files and opens it. That is good. Used fresh whole milk. So, you already have the medication for the arrhythmia. Just remember to take your pills every morning and evening, or it won't be much help. Apart from that, do you do any sports? Rash stuff like, I don't know, boxing? He grins at his own joke, but I don't. Well, I played soccer occasionally with some classmates. Alright, Oh, shit. Alright, I'm afraid I'm going to have to recommend you to refrain from doing that, at least for the time being. Oh. My lack of reaction makes him raise an eyebrow, but really I'm not too bothered by him forbidding me to kill him all around. I guess he never did it out of the burning passion for the sport. Just to have something to do. Any kind of concussion might be very dangerous to your heart, and risking another attack is not a good idea. Was the previous one caused by a sudden concussion in the chest area? There's no mention of the cause in your papers. Or, not exactly. I sidestep the questions acceptably, and he glances at me over his papers with a more serious expression on his face. Still, you need to keep your body healthy, so some exercise would do you good. You have physical therapy and such available, as I said, but I really don't think you need such heavy measures. Just get some light exercise regularly. Brisk walks or even light jogging, jumping rope, that sort of thing. Swimming, maybe there's a pool here. So I was told. You were very good. At any rate, and I'm sure you've been told this before, you just need to make sure not to overexert yourself. He wags his finger to emphasize the point. No need, really. I've heard this 1,000 times already. Absolutely no unnecessary risks. Take care of yourself. Okay. He goes over my papers and one more time and sets them on the desk, obviously content. Good, that's it then. Come meet me if you ever need something. I'm ushered out before I even realize it. A quick visit indeed. I end up standing in front of the main building and the auxiliary building, although to my eyes they look one and the same. It's the first real look I get at the other students, so I watch people coming out of the school, going towards the gate or the dorms. Everyone seems to know where they're going, and I still keep thinking most of them don't look too special for being students at a special school. Then again, neither do I. Does that make me one of them? Yeah. One of us. I should go somewhere too, to prevent me from getting lost. It's around dinner time, but I feel tired instead of hungry. The wariness only grows as I trudge towards the dorms, set a little way apart from the main building complex. There's a garden of sorts between the school and the dorms, shrubbery, flowers, and that overbearing smell of fresh cut grass that fills the atmosphere. It dawns on me that that smell feels novel because I haven't been outside all that for so long. The dorm building is big and made of red brick. Like the others, it feels way too pompous for what it is, so I push forward, going inside. It looks pretty, I like that. Oh, but the inside really does look like a hospital. Ooh. It takes more time than necessary to fish out the key I was given from my pocket. Room 119. Despite the ornate exterior, the inside of the dorm is fairly new, functional, and boring. Oh god, that looks... Oh, I don't like it. I don't like the interiors. Just like in the main building, halls and doors are wide to accommodate wheelchairs. That's good. Same goes for the elevators at the end of the hallways. Aw, that's okay, that's kind of awesome though. I poke my head around the corner of the common room door. Inside, a few students are watching television. One nods and gives me a quick hello before turning back to the TV. Seems like only the girls around here are sociable. I guess that's perfectly fine with me. I climb the stairs to the upper floor. Here, small corridors branch off from the main hallway. Each of these minor halls seem to have a toilet and shower, as well as 4 rooms. About halfway down the hall, I spy room 119. Plates on the rooms adjacent to mine are blank. I guess there are just 2 of us here. I think... Wait, isn't that like one other guy? The only other major male character? Student? Light shines from below the door of room 117, so I knock lightly. Hello, is anyone home? From inside, I hear a few movements, then clicking of way more locks than I thought these doors had. After a moment, the door squeaks open. He kind of looks like Harry Potter. He's even got the Gryffindor scarf. A bespectacled boy is standing in the doorway. He's looking at me very intently through his extremely thick eyeglasses. Who is it? Bespectacled hallmate. Blind? No, at least not completely. Why would he have eyeglasses if he was? He leans closer to me until our noses are almost touching. His breath reeks of garlic. Isao Nakai, I'm moving into the next room. I thought I should introduce my... His face suddenly brightens in realization, and he stands back upright, thrusting his hands out in a smiling greeting almost straight to my diaphragm. Oh, what's up, dude? The name's Kenji. Hi. I take Kenji's sweaty hand, and shake it, still a little rattled by the sudden change of attitude and his vehement welcome. There were some suspicious-looking people going in and out of your room earlier. It's probably my parents. Your parents? You sure? Because there could have been other people, too. You can't judge a book by its cover. His out-of-place proverb is left hanging between us awkwardly as I think of some way to respond. I'd say the chances are high enough. He shudders and makes some exaggerated hand gestures. You're a brave man, Hisao. Me? I don't think I can trust the chances. The only one I trust is myself. Aw. Does that mean I shouldn't get to know you either? He thinks about this for a while. A wise decision. Damn, you're smarter than you look. Probably. What do you look like? Hope not smart. He squints his eyes and leans closer again, but I lean backward to dodge it. Never mind, it doesn't matter. With that, he turns, fumbles around for a moment in search of a door handle, and shuts the door behind him, and slams it. I slide the key into the lock of the door marked 119. Beige, bleak beige walls, white linen, a desk made of some type of light wood, ugly curtains. It's no one's room, impersonal like my hospital room was. Yeah, jeez. My bags are sitting at the foot of my bed, looking a lot emptier than they did this morning. The closet is sitting open, stocked with my clothes. Also, it seems that there are a number of school uniforms hanging there as well. A note is pinned to the sleeve of one of the shirts. Hi, Hee-chan, we've unpacked your things and made your bed. They said that if these don't fit, then you should go to the office tomorrow. If you have any problems, you can always call us. Love, Mom and Dad. Well, at least I don't have to worry about unpacking. I kind of hoped I would have. There would be something to do. It's still too early. I put the note down on the desktop and lie down on the bed feeling drained. Lying there makes me want to read something, but I have nothing with me. I wonder if the hospital conditioned me for wanting to read whenever I have nothing to do. The restless urge just keeps growing until I have to stand up. Maybe it's stress or something. pretty nervous about it before coming in for the entire date too. I still am, I think. Damn, I have to distract myself somehow, so I won't be this unnatural all the time. Tomorrow, I'll go borrow some books from the library. Yeah, I'll do that. But for now, the bottles of medications neatly arranged on my night table catch my eye. I pick one up and shake it just to hear the contents rattle inside, then read the glued-on pharmacy label. Hisao no Kai, 2 tablets daily to stay alive. Doesn't really say that, but it could just as well. It's kind of twisted, having your life depend on chemicals like this. I resent it a little, but what choice do I have? Not to be overly deep, but isn't that all of humanity? We also rely on chemicals, such as H2O. Water, technically that's a chemical, right? Technically, very technically. With the sight, I begin my daily ritual of taking the right number of pills from each bottle, being careful to check the correct dosages. I lie down again, feeling hollow and uncertain. After that, I keep staring at the blank, unfamiliar ceiling for a long time. Doesn't start looking any more familiar, not even after darkness falls and long shadows draw across my room like fingers. The sheets feel slightly more comfortable, warm and nest-like against that chill that passes for room temperature here. Soon, the lighter shade of darkness that is the ceiling looks like every ceiling that does at night, and becomes the only thing I recognize anymore. The night beckons me to sleep, and I feel the coldness of unfamiliarity and fear creeping up on my spine once again. I keep drifting further away from the world that I knew. Whoa. Okay. I wake up in a strange room. Solid morning light shimmers against the light gray ceiling. I had forgotten to draw the curtains closed last night. This is my room, isn't it? My room. This is the third room this year that I'm supposed to call mine. Various things around here remind me that indeed it's me who is supposed to be the one living here. My bag's on the floor, my new school books on the desk, my numerous medications on the night table. I stare at the bottles for a moment, deliberating until I open a bottle, shake out a pill, and pop a tablet from a foil sheet. I down them with a chaser of water without thinking of the chemistry. My uniforms are in the closet. I slink out from under the sheets and stretch my back before dressing up. Putting on a new school uniform feels like dressing in someone else's clothes. The artificial smell of generic detergent invades my nose. But the feeling of fresh cloth against my back is a good one, a natural one. It feels like a school uniform, as it should. It's not much different from what I used to wear before. That goes for the other things too. So far, this place seems more or less like a normal school. Except for the people. I think back to my talk with Kenji yesterday. Misha's constant laughter and Shizune's sweeping sign language gestures. Well, I've only met 3 students so far. Maybe they aren't that normal, but I'm sure the others are. Or perhaps people are like them are what passes for normal around here. Yeah, what does pass for normal around here? What do people do? I didn't see a lot of kids hanging around after classes yesterday, so maybe there are clubs. If so, I wonder if I should join one. All through class, the question remains on my mind, so I decide to ask Shizune about it when we split into groups. After all, she did say if I had anything I wanted to know, I should ask her. Aww. She crosses her arms and shifts her gaze closely to Misha, who looks more preoccupied with trying to grind the eraser of her pencil down so that the top is perfect and evenly flat. Ah, sorry, Shi-chan. Is there something you wanted from me? Oh, I see. That's a good question, He-chan. My first thought is, that means she doesn't know, which is worrying. Maybe I'm being too negative. Well, anyway, Misha, please don't prove me right. Oh, that's right. Everyone is encouraged to join a club. A lot of people do so because there isn't really anything else to do. There are also school events like a festival. Ooh, that sounds fun. Festival coming up in a few days. Almost every student in the school tends to help out with doing whatever. So you actually transferred in at a busy time. Maybe you can help out too. Sure. That's something to do. That sounds fun. What's the festival about? Misha freezes. I don't know, Hichan. The truth is it's a local event and I'm not from this area, so... I love this. She starts signing desperately to Shizune, asking her to bail her out. Shizune adjusts her glasses at the end of an oddly grandiose flourish and starts signaling hard and heavy. Huh? Oh. Who cares? Misha puffs out her chest as she shouts out Shizune's words at me with a disproportionate amount of pride. Too loud. I can hear heads turning to look in our direction. Not so loud. Humans evolve with each new generation. The ideals and beliefs behind a festival will inevitably change with time. Now it's about delicious fried food and amusing little games that you play to win prizes. Ha ha ha. The teacher clears his throat very loudly, battling his long wooden pointer against his palm like a baton. He shoots a pointed gaze at us. Finally noticing where we are, Misha stifles a yelp and quickly quiets down. Shizune doesn't seem embarrassed at all, though, brushing it off without a care. We're in the middle of class and you should start working. That's right, Shi-chan. What? That's right, Hichan. You're asking because you're interested in joining a club. It could have been my eyes playing tricks on me, but I thought I saw a suspicious glance exchange between them. Misha's tone has also changed, although it does that every other word anyway. Yeah, I think I was thinking about it. Misha and Shizune look at each other again. I'm about to ask what they have in mind when something dark flutters in my peripheral vision, catching my attention. Out of the corner of my eye, I see the girl with long, dark hair get up from her desk and slip silently towards the door. It doesn't seem like she was working in any group, and no one seems to notice her but me. I glance at the teacher, who's also looking at the dark-haired girl go. Why doesn't he say anything? Hichan, is something wrong? Do I look as uneasy as I feel? Or is Misha just looking at me looking at the girl who left? No, oh, nothing. Aww. I love the sprites so much. They're both so adorable. Okay, well, like we were asking, you don't have any plans for lunch today, do you? I thought I would go to the library and pick up some books. Not really. Do you have lunch together? Do you want to have lunch together then? Whoa. Sure. Yay! Wahaha! Okay, Hichan, perfect! The rest of the class passes uneventfully. The girl with the long hair never came back. Before I had the time to pull any more thought into where she could have gone, the teacher informs us that it's time to stop working. Shizune looks more than a little annoyed that we only just barely managed to finish all our work on time. I'm just glad we finished it at all. It's not a contest or anything. Pout. Yes, it is, Hichan. Impossible. Really? Really? I've noticed this before, but it's kind of funny how Misha is always moving her hands and signing not only everything she says, but what anyone else is saying at a given time. It's for her friend. Aww. Obviously, it's must be so that Shizune can understand it. Her eyes dart back and forth between Misha's hands and me. I don't know who I'm supposed to be looking at. I am talking to Misha, but that might be wrong, so maybe I should face Shizune. I'm used to looking in the direction of the person whose voice I'm hearing, but really... See, what I do in this case is I would just sort of aim for the median and stare in between that. Shizune can't hear me, but it would be disrespectful to talk to her only through Misha. Then again, isn't that what she's doing? No, at least she's looking at me. This is all very confusing and will take some time to get used to. It's not a contest because contests are competitions over a prize. If there's no prize on the line, it's not really a contest. Look at them both, just like go back and forth, that's what I would do. Shizune's eyes flash dangerously with a competitive glare. She stares at me as if the prize that I'm challenging her. I think maybe this is a contest to her. I've never noticed how dark and blue her eyes is. It's truly an alluring glare. Are you sure, Hichan? Very sure. Ha ha ha! You're wrong, Hichan, because I don't want to be the slowest one in the class, therefore what's on the line is my confidence in my abilities, and the prize is the satisfaction of proving them. Wahahaha! Aww, These two! Oh, I love these sprites. Shizune pushes her glasses up the bridge of her nose in a very matter-of-fact way. I'd argue more, but the bell rings and she quickly gets up and picks up the bag, looking at me expectantly. I'd almost forgotten that I was supposed to have lunch with them. Where do you want to eat? Cafeteria? Oh, that's so plain. Okay, let's go. Plain? Well, I guess. At my old school, I like to eat outside near the back of the building. It was a good spot, but I didn't find it until near the end of my freshman year. I wonder if there's a similar place to eat here. Misha seems to imply as much. Shizune and Misha have pulled me towards the cafeteria, which is surprisingly not packed. Maybe some students favor eating in the classroom or outdoors. I saw some of my classroom had boxed lunches. After we finish eating, Misha picks up where we left off earlier. So Hee-chan, you want to know about clubs and stuff, right? Right, Shi-chan. Okay, I guess it makes sense to ask first. Exchanging little nods of confirmation, they turn to face me again and Misha straightens her posture as if she is about to deliver a speech. Hee-chan, do you have anything you're really interested in? I used to play soccer, but I'm not really into it. I don't follow the teams and players or anything like that. As of late, I usually just read a lot. There is a book club, right? But it seems like they have all the members they can possibly have right now. Sorry, Hee-chan, it's a really popular club. We're not getting Doki Doki Literature Club. We're not getting the Literature Club, unfortunately. Okay, but more to the point, Hee-chan. Does this mean that you don't have anything already in mind? Not really. Good. That's great, Hee-chan. Really great. Haha, wahahaha. Why is it so great? No reason. Well, Hee-chan, other than the clubs and the upcoming festivals, there is one thing. Student council! I see. I didn't know this school had a student council. That was a very melodramatic setup. Though, just to tell me that. Student council sounds fun. I don't actually know. I've never been on one before. I'm pretty sure the two of them know this because Shizune looked a little embarrassed about it and Misha is laughing. Shizune quickly takes control of the discussion in a manner of speaking. After all, it's still Misha who has the voice. Who has to voice whatever she says. Oh, I see. Haha, Right. Hee-chan, you should definitely join the student council. They could use more people. Yes, definitely. You should definitely join. Why? Well, for one, we could hang out every day, Hee-chan. Chi-chan and I are both in the student council. Actually, Shi-chan is the president. Whoa! I'm starting to get the suspicion Shizune and Misha might not exactly be the most unbiased people to talk about this with. So? Are you being sold, though? I think that's what matters. As if reading my mind, Shizune quickly adjusts her glasses and signs something to Misha. Of course, we're not trying to get you to join just because we would obviously benefit you from joining the student council and therefore have an incentive to try and get you to. So you're admitting that... no, we admit nothing. I mean, Hee-chan, of course it would be nice if you joined and we would appreciate it. But even without joining, the student council shows a healthy interest in the workings of one school. Yep, it's true, Hee-chan. Because we don't want you to spend time with us after... Besides, don't you want to spend time with us after school, Hee-chan? I can't tell if she's being genuine or if this is just really good acting. Both of them seem to be trying pretty hard to look their cutest. Oh, although they are already pretty cute to begin with. I've got the feeling our protagonist is a bit of a looker. Like, he's definitely introverted, he's kind of shy. But he's definitely good looking. I'm just gonna say that much. Something tells me. Well... So it's settled then. Welcome to the student council, Hee-chan. What? No. See, Hee-chan? Of course it wouldn't go that easily. Yeah, that's right, though. It would be boring if it went that smoothly. Oh well, Shi-chan owes me candy now. You're betting on it? Hey, my life is not a game here. Apparently is. Shizune seems very intrigued by this when Misha signs into her. The aggressive glint returns to her eyes. Wahaha, that's interesting, Hee-chan. Let's play a game. That's not what I said. How about rich man, poor man, Hee-chan? If you lose, you have to join the student council. No, absolutely not. Oh, why not? Wait, don't you have to, like, get voted onto the student council? Or are you talking about... I'm not sure how student councils work. Wait, no, it's only the president that's voted, actually. The counselor positions are just handpicked, right? I'm not entirely sure. Oh, why not? Well, because you both two have the same incentive, and therefore the same goal, which is to get me to join the student council, right? Yep. Yeah, that isn't my goal. But that means that you both of you will team up and I'll be at the clear disadvantage, so I will have to decline. Ichan, I'm very offended. Are you saying you don't trust us, that we would be something so disingenuous? That makes me sad. Sorry? It's hard to tell where Shizune's influence ends and Misha's thoughts begin. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing as well. It's like, in order to atone for hurting young girls' feelings, you should definitely join the student council. Hey, come on, why not? It sounds fun. Oh, no, oh come on, no. How about a game of paper football instead of rich man, poor man? Paper football? Yeah, it's a game they play in America. You make a paper triangle, and then you try to shoot it past goalposts that the other player makes with their fingers. Isn't it cool? It's the ultimate form of competition between two people, Hichan. And it's also played by elementary and middle school children, Hichan. Wahaha! That means it's a game that really separates the boys from the men. More like the boys for the slightly older boys. Just the fact that you know about it means you're probably surprisingly good at it. Haha, yeah, that's true. How did you know, Hichan? Shizune frowns at Misha, telling me that she probably wasn't supposed to admit that so easily. Oh, come on, just... I would say that I'm happy with their attempts to get me into the student council, but I'm a little curious about what the student council does here. I've never been on one before, or even known anybody who was a member. Really? You've never voted, at least? Well, I assume known anybody could mean a lot of different things. So it interests me. I also kind of like Shizune and Misha, so it wouldn't be so bad. Okay, Chun, how about Risk, the game of world domination? You don't know Risk? I don't know what that is. It's really fun, Hichan. You fight to control the world with armies and everything. Risk! I love Risk! Sounds like Shizune would be good at it. If you want to play, we can after school. Oh, really, Hichan? We can just play for Son, Hichan. Hichan hasn't played in a really long time, so if you want, there are no strings attached. Oh, okay. Okay, perfect. We'll see you after school in the student council room then, Hichan. Wait, why there? Because that's where we keep the game. Wahahaha. I grimace to tell them how much I do not like this, but it's more for show than anything. So in the end, I agree, but only after getting Shizune to acknowledge that I don't mean anything concrete just by accepting to take a look around and play a game with her. Lunch ends and we go back to class. Oh. During afternoon classes, the long-haired girl comes back and sits down in her seat without a word. Again, no one seems to notice, or if they do, no one says anything. I want to ask Misha about it, but I don't want to be noisy. I know that girl. I don't know her name. I don't remember. Isn't she like the second most iconic member? I know the most iconic member is probably Emmy, but I know she's pretty... I mean, they're all iconic, I guess. After school, Shizune and Misha quickly find me by the first floor lobby and latch onto me, covering each flank in case I might try to escape. I feel a little offended, but I've been considering it. Nevertheless, I'm a bit disturbed that enough people have made a break for it in the past that they're on their guard. What's with the escort? This doesn't make me feel very comfortable. In fact, it makes me feel like a very dangerous prisoner being transported to a cell. Wahaha, what's wrong, Hichan? Shizune, ... That's right, we're only going to play a game of Risk, remember? I don't know, Misha, this all seems a little sinister to me. I'm starting to think that when we sit down to play a game, they'll tie me down and torture me until I agree to join the student council. Nothing wrong with that. That also... It may be a trap, but don't you want to spring it? Well, it's highly unlikely, but for some reason I just feel like it would be so plausible. Getting to the student council is simple as turning 2 corners from where we started. What? That's it? That makes you guys being on top of me seem a little silly. Hmm? That's not true, Hee-chan. Shoujo says that when their life is threatened, people have shown the capacity to plow superhuman bursts of speed. Life is threatened? Her expression unchanging, Misha signs something amusedly to Shizune, who makes a baffling face and puts her hands behind her back, looking pleased with herself. Misha feigns deafness and hums cheerily. Sup, Stat, I know you've heard me. You have no excuse, unlike Shizune. Oh, that actually looks pretty decent. I like the windows. Shizune opens the door to the student council room. It's very plain, sparsely decorated room, although it is quite large, even larger than a classroom. It's not terrible. This isn't terrible. There's a big table in the center surrounded by chairs and a smaller desk prominently placed in the back that I assume is Shizune's. There are a few regular desks and chairs stacked to one side as well. Extras, perhaps. Aside from the tables and chairs, the room doesn't have much to offer. Just a couple of filing cabinets and bookshelves stacked with old-school records and documents. Not much else. In fact, nothing else. This is a pretty bleak room. They could at least leave a potted plant in here or something. But the most notable thing is that this room doesn't have is other people. Are we early? No. What do you mean no? Doesn't mean no one else is coming to the day? Yeah, that's right. Before I manage to ask why that's the case, Shizune claps her hands together very energetically, because there's no one else there. That's kind of sad. She's a lonely president. Hee-chan, let's play Risk. Come on, you promised, didn't you? You have to. Haha, okay. Do you want to know the rules? We can explain to you while we set everything up. While Misha is talking, Shizune takes out what looks like a board game from behind one of the filing cabinets and throws it on the table. Actually, this looks kind of interesting. After Misha spends a little too long for her liking running through the basics with a somewhat vague and confusing tutorial, Shizune cuts in and declares the game has started with a decisive motion, slicing her arm through the air. Shizune's aggressiveness is rubbing off to me. I start feeling more competitive than I intended to be when I agreed to this. Halfway into the game, when I try to ponder how to defend against Shizune's assault from two fronts. Oh lordy, she breaks my concentration by drumming her fingers on the table to get my attention. Hee-chan. Shi-chan wants you to know you're taking too long to make a move. Shi-chan says that she'll also let you keep Australia if you agree to join the student council. This is a game with no strings attached. But the fact that she would dangle that over my head as an offer means that she knows I care about the outcome of this game. And anyway, no. Shi-chan admires your fighting spirit and would be a benevolent dictator who will spare your people if you agree to join the student council. Ha ha ha! You're so competitive, Shizune. He seems to take this as a compliment. These two are fun. I like them. I expect the student council president to be a little more magnanimous. Magnanimous? She doesn't seem to know what the word means or how it's signed, so she pulls out a piece of paper and writes it for Shizune, who in return signs it back to Misha. Misha presses her index finger against her temples, as if trying to physically imprint the word into her memory. Suddenly, Shizune bursts into a flurry of gestures. Misha looks daunted by the pace of her heated signing. Oh wait, please slow down, Shi-chan. Shi-chan says you're going to lose. Hell, I will crush her world empire with my rebellion. Ah, okay. Those eyes of hers shine with childlike mischief. Hey, I got a second person. Hello there. She says you have no chance of... Am I actually going to save? Yes. She says you have no chance if you keep playing like this. No, you won't. Hell yeah. Balls to the walls, baby. If you're gonna lose, you gotta lose cool. She's either really mocking me or trying to trick me. I have nothing else to lose, though, so I might as well try something different. Exactly, that's the spirit. Maybe if I spread out my forces and try to control more territories, that's a bad idea. I can recoup the advantage. Shizune seems to be conquering whole nations, so maybe I can sacrifice my hold on continents to gain more small countries. It's worth a shot. A few turns later, I end up losing the game anyways. Shizune adjusts her glasses victoriously and allows herself to tentatively pump a fist in the air in celebration. I win, yay! I have a feeling that wouldn't have affected anything. There's no need to translate that, it was pretty clear. Wahaha, don't look so sad, Hee-chan. You're really giving it your best, so that's what I thought. Sometimes your best just isn't good enough, though. If anyone knows that, it's me! You did very well for someone who just learned how to play today. Hee-chan, you attacked Iceland and North America at the same time. That's a very daring move. Hee-chan is impressed. The mark of great people is that they are daring and that they can follow through. You're already halfway there. Isn't that great, Hee-chan? Hell yeah! That isn't enough, though. Just potential is enough. There's no point to potential if you don't take the first step. And there's no point to that if you don't keep going. I want to see more. That's true. You're right, Hee-chan, but that's so demanding. Shizune leans forward, suddenly looking a lot less playful and more like the serious person I expected her to be from the start. Hee-chan, would you like to join the student council? She really doesn't waste any time, does she? But it's only my second day of school, so I'm hesitant about committing to something so early. I haven't even taken a look at any other clubs yet. But spending time with Shizune and Misha doesn't seem like something I would hate. Still need time to think about it before I decide for sure. Maybe. I'll get back to you on it. That's a good choice. Okay, Hee-chan, but I hope you're not saying that just so we don't feel bad. No, really. Really. Hee-chan, if you're going to say that, you're saying that that is definitely the truth and there can't be any mistaking it. I know, I guess I should have my revenge for losing. At the very least. Shizune smiles at that in a mischievous way that feels like twisting the knife in the wound of my loss. I take a glance at the clock on the wall and realize I've spent far longer playing Risk than I expected. Sorry, I think I have to go. I want to go to the library. It's not closed yet, is it? Shizune scratches her head and gestures at Misha. How hard can it be to determine whether the library is open? There's a clock right there on the wall. It should be, unless the librarian is absent. I think you're right, Hee-chan. We think the library is open. It's on the second floor. Can't miss it. You want us to show where it is? No thanks. It's okay. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. One flight of stairs up, and I run into problems. The second floor hallway is a carbon copy of the third floor one. Wide, of course, and plain like only hallways can be. The problem is that the library's whereabouts are not as easily determined as one would think. The classrooms are marked with signs stating which class they belong to, but there's a plethora of other unmarked rooms. Open them all. Is the library one of them, or is it just somewhere down the hallway? Actually, yeah, that's a good point. I bet on the ladder and choose my direction at random. After I turn around the corner, an unmarked door draws my attention because it's not closed. It's not open either, just barely ajar so that I can see it's open and nothing else. It would make sense for the library door to be invitingly open, and while this one is not quite that, it's good enough. At the very least, it means that someone is inside and I can ask for directions no matter how embarrassing that is. I gingerly push on the center of the door with my fingertips, every muscle in my arm ready to pull back at a moment's notice. The feeling of being an outsider to the school can't be shaken from my mind, so much that I instinctively fear doing something wrong by entering. The door slowly creaks as if groaning from a deep sleep, though that is much easier to open than I anticipated. Leaning open and poking my head even further inside to gain sight of the room as fast as possible, the meek hello on my lips is quickly snatched away. Oh! Hey, I know. This is not what I was expecting. I mindlessly let the door open to its full extent, taking in the sight of the solitary figure taking center stage in the otherwise abandoned room. The situation steals my voice, leaving me standing at the doorway, standing at the sight of the beautiful girl. Evidently having her time to assess the situation, the girl gently puts down her teacup and opens her eyes, but doesn't look at me. Why, hello there, may I help you? Wavy-haired girl. Staring directly in front of herself, the movement of her lips seems to break the sounds rather than the words. However, it's a soft, measured voice that reminds me that she's a being separate from the room itself. Not only is she likely the tallest girls I've laid on, but even amongst the foreigners I've met, she's surprisingly distinct. Hello, sorry for intruding, I was just kinda lost. She takes a moment to formulate a response before speaking. Every action she takes feels as if it's being carefully choreographed beforehand. Care to take a seat? Unexpected, considering that I'm intruding upon her. Thanks. I slowly tap towards the door, another seat opposite of her, with the girl resting the teacup and saucer on a wooden handle in between. The way she doesn't track my movements her head is telling, and the slight cloudiness to her eyes mean that she must be at least partially blind like Kenji. Come to think of it, her of course. Oh, of course. Her voice doesn't have any detectable accent either. I guess she must be half Japanese. As I take my seat, or she could have just lived here for a long time. As I take my seat, her composure slightly takes me slightly off guard. Her air of relaxed confidence makes us sound entirely comfortable. The calming atmosphere is so different from the student council office. I take it you're the new student to Yamaku. Yeah, I just transferred in yesterday. I get a distinct feeling my speech patterns don't match the formality of hers, accentuated by a restrained bow of greeting. One I which I hasten to match before realizing the futility of the action. I'm Lily Sato. Pleased to meet you. Hisao. Hisao Nakai. She gives a bow before gesturing roughly in the direction of her teacup. Would you care for a drink? Sure. As much as it pains me, I can't keep step with her formality in the proceedings. She gives a kind nod, taking the request in stride. Without another word, she steps off the chair and prepares a second cup of tea from a collection of supplies laid out among a shelf. A brush here, a brush there, her left hand often slightly touching the side of whichever container she's pouring into. It seems to be a process she's followed dozens of times before. As I lean sideways to see her around her back, she seems to use her long, dainty fingers to measure the right amount of water in the cup. One of those things to see the different disabilities in the student. It's one thing to see the different disabilities a student in my class have, but it's quite another to see how everyone else seems to adapt. Shizune and Misha have no problem working together to communicate with me, and Lily herself seems to have workarounds for problems I've never thought of. When I feel slightly guilty about her doing the work, she seems pleased to be following the correct process of the offer of preparing the drink. So, her soft voice brings me out of my silent observance. Which room were you looking for? It's not often this classroom is visited after school. The school library. Some classmates told me it was on this floor. Whoa. She finishes pouring water into the teacup as she nods. A small metallic tapping coming from the teacup indicating that it being stirred. I'm aware of Miss Hakamachi as are most students. To be with them means you're in class 3-3, no? That's right, in the science room with Muto. She gives a small giggle before settling down the teaspoon and slowly walking towards the table, teacup and saucer in hand. He's quite a character. I imagine you'll come to like him. Most do. Hey, there's me. As she sets down the tea, I gently take it and have a sip. I'm really more of a coffee person, but this seems like a rather bad moment to bring it up. Nonetheless, it smells quite nice. I hardly think it'd be hard to choke down. Thanks, Sato. It tastes really nice. She smiles and quickly waves her hand in front of her face. Lily, please. There's no need to be too formal. She says this in spite of her exceedingly well-bred speech. Oh well. I guess I should try and ask her about herself, as it really does seem as if she's catering to me. So, which class are you from? I imagine it's one of the third-year classes. Correct, I'm in class 3-2, which is on the same... I'm in class 3-2, which is on the third floor, same as yours. It's taught by Miyagi, and is specifically for both blind and partially blind students. I see. Ah, it means, sorry. I feel like slapping myself with a faux pass. Looking at her face, she doesn't seem at least in the least bit put off by it. Wait. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, no, you shouldn't assume someone... You shouldn't assume that. My. There's no need to change your speech on my account. Ah, sure. Sorry, I guess I'm really showing my newness here. An environment like this would be a big change, so I can't fall for you for it. While the same can't be said for everyone, many have come to terms with their conditions. A category which would include her, it seems. All too ready to jump ship from this particular topic, I segue into another. Do you come here to drink tea often? It's a really nice place. Thinking of it, this might be her version of the place behind my school that I like to have lunch at. I come here fairly often during lunchtimes. My duty as a class representatives don't leave enough time for an official club, so a friend and I use this club for having tea. Class representative, huh? Compared to Shizune, her mannerisms seem to be the complete opposite. While Shizune's blunt and fiercely driven, Lily seems relaxed and calm, almost aloof. Come to think of it, she might be useful for a less biased view of the school's clubs. What kind of clubs are there to join? The most popular ones are the track and field club, which uses the field near the school during lunchtimes, the baseball club, and the book club in a room near the library. There are also numerous small ones too, such as the art and music clubs. At a time when I'm just wanting to get on my feet, rushing into a club right away seems slightly unappealing. I wonder if this school shares the same rule as my old one. Is it compulsory to join a club? It isn't, though it is encouraged. Ah, that's good. That's a relief. I've really never let a guard down this girl. I've really let my guard down around this girl to let such a thing slip out. The fact seems to slightly amuse her. Not wanting my tea to get cold, I finally start drinking it as Lily does the same. Whoa! As I look over the window over her shoulder, I notice the light coming into the room has a distinctly orange tint. Even here, time doesn't stand still. Huh, time's gone so quickly. Sorry, throat, my god. This is a lot heavier on the throat than Steins Gate, I will say. Sorry? Right, she's blind. Of course she can't see the sun setting. It just looked like the sun's starting to set. It seems to come as a surprise for her. I guess she must have lost the track of time. Sorry, Hisano. I didn't mean to keep you from the library for so long. I quickly moved to allay her concern. Ah, no, it's okay. The library's still open, isn't it? She pauses and takes a moment to think on it. It's probably something I should have asked Shizune when I had the chance, but Lily seems likely to know in any case. True, it's open until 6:30 during the weekdays. A quick glance at my watch confirms I have well enough time to get there. I might get going in that case. It's been nice talking with you, Lily. She smiles and gives a deep nod, her hands neatly folded on the table in front of her. It was my pleasure. Oh, come to think of it, shall I show you where the library is? Possibly ask for more help. I should be able to find it all right. Well, unless my navigational skills fail me, which they seem to have a habit of doing. A Hoge. It's alright, I was going to be talking to the librarian there in any case. I could introduce you. This gets better and better, it's pretty hard to deny her off. You sure? That'd be great. Thanks. As she stands to follow me, she takes hold of a straight, retractable cane that had been slipped in the handle of her bag on the floor. Compared to the cane the boy in my class had, Lily's looks much thinner and longer. His must be for support, whereas Lily's is for navigation. Together we leave the peaceful room and enter the hallways on way to the library. Side by side, my pace carefully slowed to match hers. We slowly walk through the hallway. It doesn't take long for us to arrive at the door to the warm-looking room, apparently situated in the center of the floor rather than either wing. Ladies first. She gives an appreciative smile at the gesture, taking the lead as we file in. Whoa! I like that! To the left is a wooden library counter, with the library proper being on the right. It easily dwarfs my old school's library, with a distinct smell of old books giving the place an almost old-world air.
There don't seem to be a lot of students here. Considering the time, it isn't a big surprise. Everyone's either in the school ground or the dorms. Yuko, are you here? She sits in thin air since the librarian doesn't seem to be present and Lily can't see this. What's unexpected is that it draws a reaction. Something from under the counter thuds against it, followed by a quiet wail. Ah! The origin, apparently the librarian, crawls out and bounces to the extremely rigid attention. Hi Lily, how can I help you? Her voice is strained in a failing attempt to sound casual as she's rubbing the back of her head. Oh no! Good morning. What happened just now? I heard a strange sound. It's nothing. I just hit my head. Oh, ouch. Yeah. I figured. See, I dropped an eraser under my desk, and while I was looking for it, a pencil dropped, and while I was looking for both, you came and surprised me. Are you alright? Sorry, I couldn't know. It's okay. It's okay. Sorry for making you worry. This is nothing. I've had worse happen to me. Aw. She's quick to reverse Lily's apologies, though frankly trying to brush aside the possibility that she could be any way inconvenienced by bashing her head on the counter. Yeah, worse things have happened, hee hee hee. The girl fidgets with her fingers as Lily doesn't seem to drop her concerned expression. And then she shuffles some papers around on the counter for no reason. A little shorter than Lily, replete with glasses, freckles, and a very troubled look, she seems to fit a library perfectly. Lily, did you get my message? Message, Oh, the 2 imported books that arrived. Right, they finally came. I can't believe it took so long, but amidst her celebration, partially for managing to change the topic, I'm sure, she notices me from the corner of her eye and freezes on the spot when she does. Oh, sorry for not noticing you before. Did you need to check out a book or return one? I'm sorry. The way she can quickly shift between moods is a little unsettling. He's with me. Yuko, this is Hisao, a new student. Hisao, this is Yuko, the school librarian. Oh, hey, pleased to meet you. Right. Hisao. Pleased to meet you too, Hisao. For a second, she visibly attempts to engrave the name on her mind so she won't forget. Yuko often arranges to import foreign books in Braille for me. Aw. Could you tell Hisao a little something about the library? Lily's innocent suggestion is met with an expression of abject terror. Please, Lily, I don't know what he could be interested in. This is too much responsibility. How to any responsibility at all, I don't get, but her objection is so sincere, I don't doubt for a second she would rather disembowel herself on the spot than tell me where the light novels are. Nice. But, so there are a lot of books in Braille here. I tend to sail the day by asking the first thing that pops into my head. It seems to work at least partially, as Yuko seems to not exactly relax, but at least look slightly less tense. Well, I think about a third or fourth of Yamaku's library is either in Braille or in audio. Makes sense given all the blind students that be here. If only that, how come the library is so big in the first place? We get a lot of new books regularly because the library is adequately endowed. That's probably why. I spend a lot more on new books than on my salary, and I have to organize and shelve all of them. Oh, that's sad. That is so real, though. It's so troublesome and they weigh so much. I wish I could quit this job. A very awkward silence follows this revelation of too much information. I'll go check the owls then, if you don't mind. Probably best for us that she doesn't keep talking to me. Very well then. Meanwhile, Yuko, I would have those books if that's alright with you. My first impression was right. The library is surprisingly big. Ambling down the narrow aisles, I study the spines of the books in random order, occasionally sliding out one to read the blurb, taking it with me if it looks good. In a few moments, I have a respectable stack of books in my arms. I guess I'll never be stuck for choice here. The normality of the library sinks in. Sure, there are large print and braille books scattered throughout, but it is what it is, a library. Also, I'm pretty sure they have those at, like, normal libraries, too. It's as if the calm mood from the room IT with Lily was snuck with us in here, unless it was here to begin with. Sorry, my mouth is faster than my eyes. Okay. Why'd this fall down? Something about that puts me at ease, just like before. I reach the end of the aisle and find a collection of desks set up for study or personal reading. Oh, God. Going a little further, though, I discover a nice quiet corner at the back. While the rest of the library has the odd student sitting at the desk either reading or stealthily sleeping, the back is pretty much deserted. As I glance around, I see someone who I recognize sitting on one of the several beanbags. Oh, hey! It's the dark-haired girl from my class. The one who snuck out of the classroom earlier. Isn't she like the second most iconic girl in the series? She's the Dondiri of the group, I know that. She's reading a book, keeping it close to her face, which makes her look like she's really in. Well, now that I think about it, though, Lily kind of is one, too. Ish. From the way she was acting today, I had her pegged her more of a delinquent than a bookworm. In fact, her mysterious disappearance from the class raised all sorts of lies in my head. Intrigue floats slowly but surely towards the surface, and before I know it, I'm walking towards the mysterious blonde-haired girl. I guess there's no harm in introducing myself as I would with everyone else. She's a classmate, after all. Walking over to another beanbag, I take a seat and lay my books beside it. The girl starts looking up scaredly up at me from underneath her fringe. This is the first time I've seen her this close. Underneath her long, dense bangs, I could see that a part of her face, at least a third, if not half, is pretty badly scarred. My eyes are immediately drawn to her scars, subconsciously peeking past their hair until they meet her own eyes. For a second, I am shocked and divert my eyes to the book in her hands before I realize that looking away probably only makes it worse. It takes a many 2 seconds to collect myself and remember why I walked up to her in the first place. I am 4 saves already. Hi, my lord. Hi there, I'm new here. So Hisao Nakai is clearly his own character. I really like that. But how would I react in this situation? He's sort of interesting. He's his own character, but I kind of have to add my own little touch to him. Ideally, I would do this, but realistically, I feel like this is what I would go with. Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. It's okay. The girl certainly doesn't look like it's okay, but I let it slide. Did I make the wrong choice? Do you mind if I sit here? She seems to be very uncertain whether it's okay or not for me to sit, but finally she nods, just a little bit. Okay, purple-haired girl. I take the seat next to her, and she hides herself behind her book. Life of Pi, You've never heard of it, really? Sorry for starting with you again. I'm Hisao. She looks up from her book, stalling a little before replying. I know. We are in the same class. Her speech is stilted and so quiet, it is barely audible, even in the library. Somehow I think that my delinquent impression of her was wrong. Hanako. I'm Hanako. I resist the urge to say that's a nice name just to have something to say, but really, it's the only thing I can think of. I feel like an idiot. Everyone here must be used to being different to each other, and I am being all bothered and fussed about that kind of thing. Don't let me interrupt your reading. I'll just check these books if you don't mind. She nods a little and sighs a little sigh of relief. So I try to read the covers and the introduction of the books I picked up, and she buries her face in her book. Uncomfortable silence consumes us. My eyes still wander to her direction and sneak peeks at her flowing hair and the scars it's hiding. After a while, I realize she's doing the same, and only pretending to be immersed in the life of Pi. Her gaze is not inquisitive at all, though it darts around like a scared rabbit. When her gazes finally meet, the chain reaction is unstoppable. She stands up forcefully from the beanbag and takes a deep breath. I gotta go do something. Without warning, Hanako takes off and runs towards the counter. Her hair-like takeoff catches me so off guard that I don't manage to go after her until she has a good head start. By the time I reach the counter, she is nowhere to be seen. Lily and Yuko are happily chatting away. Knowing that I won't be able to hatch Kanako myself, I approach the girls. Hey, did you see or notice a girl run past here? Maybe. What does she look like? Long dark hair, kind of shy. She had, well, some scars on her face. You wouldn't be talking about Hanako, would you? Yeah, that's her. I saw her reading and tried to talk to her, but I think I scared her off or something. Oh dear. Yuko, would you excuse me? I better try and find her. Sure. I'll just hold on to these until you come back.
I have a feeling the two are friends now. I can kind of construct what's going on.
Lisa, what's going on? I'm sorry, but I'll have to explain it to you some other time. Right, I'll see you later then. Lily hastily grabs her cane and hurries out of the library, leaving me alone with Yuko. I don't think I'll ever get the hang of this place. Did I do something wrong? What did you do? Nothing. I was just looking for some books, and she got this fit and ran off.
Well, that's a rude way to put it.
The most offending thing I could think of, I might have looked in her general direction a few times. Well, she is a very timid girl. You have to be very careful around her. She can be very jumpy, I think, and she's not accustomed to talking with other people. Isn't that a bit strange? I wonder, it's just how she is, I think. Yuko doesn't sound that convincing. Then again, maybe this is just the norm around here. Everyone has their own problems, or else they wouldn't be here. How should I deal with these people? Forcing myself to act overly casually only makes me feel phony. Like I was supposed to be ignoring the elephant in the room. Yuko fidgets, looking like she wants to say something to that, but resists it. I think that's an elephant only if you feel that way. I guess she doesn't have a good sense of self-restraint. It makes me smile, and she blushes heavily. Well, did that sound stupid? No, it sounded really wise. I guess you're right. It's more about me than anyone else. Neither of us has anything else to add, so Yuko fills the silence by shuffling some papers around. People who have papers on their desk really like doing that. I mean, yeah, it's kind of a good thing to fidget around with. Did you find any books? I should be closing soon. I mean, this library should be closing. But I have to do it. I hope that's not too inconvenient for you. Oh yeah, I want some books, but I left them over there because I'll just go get them. I fetched my stack of books from beside the beanbag where Hanako and I were sitting and returned to the counter. Wow, you read a lot, don't you? I surprised myself with that, honestly. I surprised myself with that too, honestly. At least when I really think about it. I had a lot of free time earlier this year, so I just kind of started reading books to fill that time. I couldn't do much else. I see. She doesn't say anything else and just checks out my books for me. My throat. I guess this is what they call tact. Holding the library books with one arm, I trawl my pocket for the key to the door. A sudden sound from behind startles me, making me nearly drop the books I'm carrying or the key that I almost managed to get into the lock. Who is it? Turn around to see who is talking to me. It's Kenji. He seems to be in a friendly mood, although the light glinting off his glasses in the dark gives a sinister look. It's just me. This makes him pause and lick his lips nervously. Who is me? I don't know anyone called me. Are you some new guy again? His voice is suddenly strained and quick. Yes, but we've met before, yesterday. I don't think so. I'd remember someone who I only met yesterday. When was that? What day is it today? I try to ignore him. Is he joking or what? Prove that we've met before. You live across the hall. You're Kenji. Kenji jumps back, his eyes filled with an uncomprehending fear. How do you know my name? Damn, this only means one of two things. Either we met and you're telling the truth, and I just can't remember it, or that you are a spy. He pauses. A psychic spy. His eyes dart around me. Trying to peek into my room, although it's hard to believe he can see anything through those thick glasses. His moves swing from friendly to maniac in less than a minute. I'm not psychic. How do you know that? I'm not a mind reader. Kenji points his face in my mind face damningly. Unlike you! Stop that, man. We met yesterday. What's wrong with you? I live in this room. Lies. If you think you could pass as he saw because I'm legally blind, you're sorely mistaken. You don't even look like him. I mean, the resemblance is real slim, but maybe at a distance, but who do you think you're kidding? I want to grab him by the shoulders and shake him. Exasperated, I rub his eyes and let out a heavy sigh. Stay there. Kenji comes closer, one careful step at a time. I stay still lest he assault me physically, although I doubt he could do much damage even if he did. Oh wait, I see. Now, damn, it really is you. Sighing again, once again for good measure, I step backwards just in case. What's up, man? You don't look too good. Something wrong? I don't know, just had something stupid happen to me. A few stupid things, even if you discount this one. I can't get a proper touch on the other people here, and I have no idea if it's because of me or because of them. I don't know why I'm telling this to Kenji. It's not like we had any contact either. That's what happens when you're isolated. That's just what happens. That's rough, dude. Yeah, I'm sorry about calling you a psychic spy and all, but you can never be too careful. It's the hard reality we live in. I'm starting to think Kenji isn't necessarily living the same reality as the rest of us. You see, this is how it works this world. There's no justice, you see. Even when I lose, I win because I don't lose a lesson. What does that even mean? It doesn't matter. He dismisses it flatly with a wave of his hand. So what happened? Why the long face? Do you have a long face? That's nothing. I just scared off some girl accidentally. Literally, too. She actually just ran away from me. Was it my fault? Really, I think. I'm not really used to all this yet. A girl, a cute one. Cute, that's a hard question. She had a nice body and really beautiful hair, but the face... Am I saving for this? Yes, I am. Well... okay, fine. Maybe she might have a scarred face, but, like, you gotta look past that. Like, if she didn't... You could hypothetically construct... Yeah, cute, I guess. Why would I ever choose the other one? I knew it! There are a lot of cute girls here. A strangely disproportionate amount. I believe this is one of the dark secrets of this school. Tried to warn you, man, but did you listen? I don't remember any such warning. Dark secrets? Yes, dark secrets. Extremely dark, like a black hole. Have you noticed that the number of girls is slightly but significantly higher than the number of boys? It's like 60 to 40. That's not that high. Turns his head to the left and stares off into the distance at nothing. Why is it like this? I mean, to the untrained eye, but that is a full 20%. One would think that a school with such a huge pool of women would be a man's dream, but no. What I'm about to tell you could blow your mind. Are you ready? No. I don't think I know where this is going, but I don't think I'll be missing much by cutting out now. No, I'm not ready. I only get as far as turning the doorknob before Kenji starts talking again, showing that he doesn't really care if my mind is blown or not. What? I believe that the school is a battleground, the site of a feminist infiltration. They will have superiority in numbers. Don't we have physical strength, though? This comes in disparity of the women to men is clear for how they have come. In this case, the Cold War turns out they have superiority in numbers. Just another skirmish in the eternal war against the forces of feminists. They're everywhere. In Japan, women outnumber. It's not a 60-40 split, but it's only a matter of time, man. Even in America, women are a majority by hair. They're building up their numbers. In the past, the buildup of a military has always been a clear sign of an imminent war. Military? What? Japan is just the first step. Our economy is badass. Wait. Yo, wait. What? Our economy is badass, and the country itself is small and isolated, yet a huge part of the Pacific in terms of political value. The perfect target they are counting as expected of women. Soon the day will come when... Kenji's voice trails off ominously. This is why you can't trust them. They'll string you along then kill you, just as they killed me. You will end up just like me. Oh, hell no. I can't stop myself from blurting it out. Hey, what the hell does that mean? Said it, not me. It's the best I can think of. So you're not supposed to say something like that. Damn, that's so rude. Where was I? Oh, yes. This kind of feminist conspiracy. Stop it. I lost you way back somewhere around feminist infiltration. Too hard to follow. It's cool. I have graphs and stuff in my room and puppets. You like puppets? No puppets. You don't like puppets? Okay, graphs are still cool, right? He speaks energetically, responding almost to before I'm done talking, moving his hand in a very animated way as he continues to rant on. This is too strange. I had him pegged as relatively normal, but it's clear that I was wrong. Bro is a chud. Oh my god. Bro is a chud. Something on your mind, dude? Just thinking what it's like to be the last sane man in an insane world. Kenji frowns, looking deeply upset. You mean that you? You mean that's you? That can't be, because I'm the last sane man in an insane world. This is my dream. You can't just steal a man's dream. What the hell? There can't be two last sane men. It would invalidate the whole last part, and that part is kind of important. There can only be one. Like in that foreign movie where there could only be one, and in the end there's only one dude left because that was the point. What the hell? I've never seen anyone talk so heatedly and so defensively about absolutely nothing before. Anyway, if you wait here, I could also... I could get my list of graphs. I also have a list of other dark and complex conspiracy that this school holds as tangled as... Quick, finish my analogy, be a pal. I've got to go to bed now, it's extremely late. That doesn't sound like an analogy, but whatever. I like you, you seem like a cool dude. Honestly, I know I'm kind of a whack job myself, but man, that is way too wacky even for me. Most people don't understand now what I'm talking about when I try to explain the best feminist conspiracy to them. Denial is a terrible thing later. What the fuck just happened? He claps me on the back, then vanishes into his room so quickly and quietly, it's like he didn't even open the door, but instead walked right through it like a ghost. I don't know if I could fully digest what happened, so I just give up and go to my room, kicking off my shoes before falling face first into bed. It takes me some time to relax and get up so I can get started on homework. It's because the sheets are cool and comfortable against my cheeks, and it feels good just lying there with my eyes closed. The school's like some kind of bizarre and surreal island. It's isolated on top of a mountain, and each person is stranger than the last. I don't know, Lily seemed fairly... I mean, none of the girls seemed weird. The teacher seems normal. I don't know. I mean, is it just me? I feel like Kenji's the only one that's like... that, like, actually weirded me out. Maybe I'm trying too hard. Hisao seems like a normal guy, too. He seems a little too normal. That's what I want to say. Although I say that doesn't help take the edge off, and the worlds are echoing in off my empty halls. I guess it's not as bad as I expected, though. This place is really more of a school and less a hospital pretending it's a school than I thought it would be. If nothing else, the scenery is beautiful. I open one eye, seeing the school books and the bottle of pills arranged side by side on my desktop. Maybe this place is too much like a normal school after all. That's the second day. I already have so many saves. I'm gonna delete the save afterwards. Or when next episode starts. Oh, hey! Look! There's Hisao. Okay. Oh. I think that is where I will leave this episode off. My throat hurts. Like, it actually hurts so much. I'm gonna have to end the video here. Ugh. That was something. Ugh. There's a bunch of stuff I gotta play. Helldivers, I gotta play RimWorld, I gotta play Wuthering Waves, collect dailies on Azure Light. There's a bunch of other stuff I gotta do afterwards. Eat dinner, that's probably a big one. Oh. And there's some other stuff I have to get doing now. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed that stream, folks. I hope you all enjoyed that. I don't know how this is doing. It doesn't seem to have gotten too much attention. But who knows? Maybe, we'll have to see. Anyways, I hope you liked that. I will, you know, the usual. So I guess, yeah, I'll probably say like next week, I'd say, because I also do have to get through Steins Gate. My darling's embrace. But yeah, I hope you all liked that, folks. If you did, please leave a like, a subscribe, and comment if you haven't done so already, and make sure to smash that bell. And I guess that's all there is for that. The screen's so blank. I'm assuming it's gonna start to fill in later as I go. Okay. I will see you all next time. The sky is up, and you guys are awesome. I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.